was a clean man. His hands were not in nonsense. His life was a life lived to glorify God. Everything he was doing was clean, was transparent. Daniel chapter 5 verse 11. The Bible said, there is a man in thy kingdom in whom is the spirit of the holy God. So as they bowed down to worship their image, remember in Daniel chapter 3, the king said he built a statue that everybody must fall down and worship the statue. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said they will not. We rather burn than bow. And when you don't bow, you cannot burn. That was two different people, two different kingdoms. One kingdom worship idol, the other one worship the true God. So the people were able to see that Daniel had a clean spirit. He said this man had the spirit of the holy God. What is holy? Holy is clean, clean thing. He was clean. Was a clean man. Number two, what was Daniel's secret? Number two, Daniel was a man of favor. If your life is void of favor, your door for destiny is shut. Favor is a master key that presents you accepted everywhere you enter. So it presents you accepted. It doesn't call for, it's a qualification of yourself. Anywhere you enter, you are accepted. Favor. That was what brought Esther to the throne, not her beauty. There are ugly people that are making wave. If it was by beauty or handsomeness, they shouldn't have been the one. Favor. Favor is the perfume of God that you also call acceptance, the spirit of acceptance. You write an interview. Somebody went to write a promotion interview, a promotion exam, and while he was in the classroom, the board was blank. He couldn't see anything there, and then he just sat there and said, Holy Spirit. He said, God, I am not seeing anything. You have a pen, the pen of the red writer. God, I depend on your pen because I can't see what is in the board. People of God, he just carries whatever, do what you want to do, and submit it. When promotion came, he was the top number 1, 2, 3. Name was found in the first, second, third, and all those that were close to the board that could see the board, some of them who can lick the blood, they failed the exam. Something, I prophesy, favor hit you today. Let that amen be louder. In Daniel chapter 1 verse 9, you see that. Daniel chapter 1 verse 9, quickly. And then, before we go into some dimension. Now, God had brought Daniel into favor. Favor is the perfume of God. Favor is the canopy of God. Favor is the acceptable presence of God. Favor is a master key. And favor is a weapon. God brought favor, brought Daniel into favor, and tender love with the prince of the eunuch. So Daniel, secret number 2 was favor. Number 3, what is the secret of Daniel? Daniel was a man of the secret place. He was a man of the secret place. Daniel had an altar where he consults the Almighty. Anything that is bigger than him is not bigger than his God. How many of us have altars? He had altar. He had a secret place. You see Daniel chapter 6 and verse 10. Daniel chapter 6 and verse 10. Daniel chapter 6 and verse 10. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his window being open in his chamber. Someone said chamber. That is altar. Towards Jerusalem. He knelt down. He kneeled upon his knee 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God, as he often do. Give me Daniel chapter 2 verse 16. Daniel chapter 2 verse 16. Daniel chapter 2 verse 16. Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time and that he would show the king the interpretation. The next verse. Then Daniel went to his house and made the things known to Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions, that they would desire mercy of the God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Daniel was compelled because the king had a dream, and they called the wise men. He said, I had a dream, I have forgotten the dream, so I want you both to remind me the dream and give me the interpretation. Who can do that? Not me dream. You dream, you forgot. You say, may I remember your dream for you. It was a setup. Every setup against your life, you will pass it. It was a setup. Satan wanted to jeopardize the beauty of God in the life of Daniel. And Daniel came to the king, because the king said, as much as they can't tell me my dream and interpretation, kill all the wise men. Daniel told the person in charge of that order, can I see the king? He said, no problem. Daniel appeared before the king. May you live forever, Kabiyesi. And the Kabiyesi said, yes, what can I do for you? He says, sir, give me just one chance. Let me visit the chamber, the secret place. I will come back and tell you your dream and the interpretation. What? And Daniel went back. And Kabash with his company, don't forget that word because I'll visit that company. He went back and talked to the Elohi, El Shaddai, the El Gibor, about the matter of the king that is not visible to any man, even to the king. He said, God, bring back what you show the king. Show me and give me the interpretation. And God answered. Daniel came back and said, king, sit, let me talk to you. Your dream, this is what your dream is. You dreamt this is this. The king said, what? Yes. And this is the interpretation. The king said, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. What? On top of promotion, the king promoted him again.